I was having trouble coming up with an idea for my next video for the ordinary filmmaker. So I did what any good YouTuber would do. I asked for your help. I posted a couple of polls on my channel. The first poll, what kind of content? Do you guys like tutorials? Do you guys like information about what it's like to grow a YouTube channel from the very beginning? Or are you more interested in news and rumors about camera gear? And clearly, most of you are interested in information, videos about camera gear. I'm still going to produce the other videos, but I'm going to dedicate more content toward news and rumors about gear. The next poll was all about what camera you guys were looking at purchasing in 2020. And I got some very interesting results. I was really surprised by these results. What really surprised me is how few of you were interested in the Panasonic GH6. I don't have 1 million subscribers. I don't have 11 million subscribers like Casey does. But with some 40,000 views over the last couple of days, I think this is a pretty good sample size. Nonetheless, I was very surprised by how few of you were interested in buying the GH6. I was also very surprised at how many of you were interested in buying the A7S III. Only 9% of you that responded. And of course, what really blew my mind was how many of you are interested in getting the EOS R Mark II. 56% of you that responded are interested in EOS Mark II. So the next thing that came to my mind is, because I've been thinking for the last 3 years, what camera do I want to get? And all those cameras I put in the poll were cameras I thought of getting at some point over the last couple of years. But once you finally get to a point where you've decided on a camera body, the next hard thing is figuring out what kind of lens do you want with it. Will the kit lens work, or do you need something else? The purpose of this video is to go over all the lenses that are available for the Canon RF mount. There aren't a lot of them, that's why I'm able to cover them all. Let's go ahead and get into the information. Let's start off with the 35mm f1.8 STM lens. The 35mm f1.8 has very good image quality. There is some softness and vignetting around f1, but it's sharp across the frame by the time you get to f8. Bokeh is smooth, but not as rounded as you would get with some more expensive glass. But it is small and light, and it comes with image stabilization, which is important as the EOS R and RP do not come with any in-body image stabilization at all. While the 35 is ideal for photographers, it's not ideal for filmmakers due to a somewhat slow and noisy autofocus. Look at the 15-35 f2.8 for quiet and fast autofocus. The 15-35 is very good for shooting wide with your subject close and performs very well when shooting inside or in close quarters. It's just a beautiful lens, and the autofocus is great. It has a professional build quality and is also weather sealed. The 51.2 is a very popular macro lens on the EF mount. The RF version is also well built, fast, accurate, and smooth, making it excellent for filmmaking and portrait photography. It works well with the EOS R to capture amazing detail. Bokeh is beautiful, and it does have image stabilization. So with video, you're not going to have to worry about a tripod, gimbal, monopod, or anything like that to stabilize your video. The only negative though, $2,300. The 85 1.2 is built well for professional use. It's fast, it's accurate. It provides smooth autofocus suited very well for portraits. Bokeh is beautiful. It provides very high detailed images even in low light, but it's not recommended for the ordinary filmmaker. This is a portrait photographer's lens. Unlike the 85mm, the 24-70 works well for both photo and video, comes equipped with image stabilization, and at a price of $2,300, yeah, that's a little steep, but it is well built, like all L series, providing fast, accurate, and smooth autofocus that is excellent for portraits and video work. And while it works well for both photo and video, it is a staple go-to lens for weddings and event photographers, along with the 70-200, which I'm going to talk about very shortly. For many ordinary filmmakers, the 28-70 and the 24-70 seem identical, but photographers see these as two completely different lenses. The 28-70 offers an extra stop of light. Coupled with the EOS R, it provides incredible image depth and detail. I don't believe this lens was built for the EOS R. This lens would be better suited to the mirrorless equivalent of the 5DR, Canon's high megapixel camera, which we believe will be announced at or around CP Plus in February. It is heavy at 3 pounds, but well built and weather sealed. It provides fast, accurate, and smooth autofocus, excellent for portrait photography. Bokeh is silky smooth. This lens works well for wedding and event portrait photographers. But as good as it is, it's not recommended for the ordinary filmmaker. And therein, well, at $3,000, it hurts just thinking about it. But I'd love to get my hands on it just to try it out. The 24-105 is a tried and true go-anywhere general purpose lens. I like this one very much. It was the kit lens for the 5D Mark IV, so there's a lot out there. And if you do have an EF version of the 24-105, make sure it's version 2, you can mount it on the R or RP no problem with the adapter and save yourself some cash. It's well built, weather sealed, has image stabilization, and the focus motor is quiet enough that the built-in microphone won't pick up any sound at all. Dual pixel AF and movie servo AF ensure that video recording is not only quiet, but smooth. Focus transitions are smooth. I really like this lens. The 24-240 is the second most affordable lens at $899. It is built well, but not built for professionals, and it's not weather sealed. I get a lot of questions asking which lens is better for the ordinary filmmaker. It depends on what outcomes matter more to you. So, if having a good zoom lens is important, the 24-240 provides a 10 times zoom factor. It functions great as a general purpose lens, ideal for travel, run and gun work, and outdoor use, but it's not weather sealed, and that's too bad. The 24-105 offers less than half the zoom factor, but provides much better optics, image quality, and it's weather sealed. The 24-105 also offers f-stop of 4 through the entire focal length. It functions much better in low light situations, so for the extra several $100s, I would personally save up and go with the 24-105. This is a workhorse, a staple for weddings and other event work. It can be used for video as much as it can be used for portrait photography. But it is designed primarily for photographers that shoot some video rather than filmmakers that shoot some photos. If you have the EF version of this lens, there's no real reason to spend $2,700 for the RF version, as the difference in quality is relatively minor. However, the real difference between the EF and the RF is its size and weight. The EF version is 3 pounds, but the RF version is 2 pounds. That's a huge drop. It's also smaller, taking up less space in your camera bag or case. In fact, it can stand up, only taking up 1 slot in your bag. For professionals, this is a big plus. But for the ordinary filmmaker, there are other lenses to consider long before looking at this one. I broke down my top picks into 3 separate categories. First, best for low-cost filmmaking and general photography. Number 2, best for filmmaking with an emphasis on quality for both video and photos. And best for photographers. The 35mm and the 24-240 check the boxes when it comes to low cost at $499 and $899 respectively. I would purchase the 24-240 as your general purpose lens, but if you can save a few $100s more, I'd highly recommend going with the 24-105 over the 24-240, unless of course you need that 10 times zoom factor. I love both of these lenses. I'd like to have both of them in my kit. But right now, I haven't even purchased the camera body. Like many of you, I'm waiting to see what the final specifications are like with the EOS R Mark II. But I'm pretty sure it's going to give me what I need. I'm pretty sure it's going to give me that detailed 4K. The sensor in this camera, it's what it's all designed about. The mirrorless, you're going to be able to capture that detail. And we're going to be able to get 120 frames in 1080. I'm pretty sure of it. If that's the case, I'll get the EOS R Mark II and I'll purchase it with a 24-105, and eventually I'll save up for the 15-35. Canon, when they produce their cameras, they primarily see them through the eyes of photographers and videography second. So for photographers, we have a lot to choose from. We have the primes, we have the 50mm 1.2, we have the 85mm 1.2, but then we also have the 15-35, which is great for the ordinary filmmaker. And then we have the special lens, the 28-70 and the 70-200. So you've got a lot to choose from here. The RF 35mm 1.4, we don't know if it's going to have image stabilization. All we know is that the patent's been filed and it's likely going to come out soon, probably more in 2021. We'll have an RF 50mm at 2.8, and this is going to be one of those pancake lenses, like the nifty 50. They're going to be much cheaper. Well, I think there's going to be a 1.8 and a 2.8 based on what I read on the rumor sites, and both of these are going to be pancakes and a lot more affordable. Hopefully, they're similar to the price of the nifty 50 for the EF platform, which is around, I think, $100, $150. I would be willing to spend a little bit more if they could just punch up the quality a bit more and the speed of the autofocus. And then there's the 70-400 and the 24-300. The 70-400 is going to be a professional grade lens, or the L series lens. That's the one with the red circle around it. And the 24-300, it'll be another lens designed for the ordinary filmmaker. It's going to be general purpose, punching up the zoom a bit more. Hopefully in this camera, they do provide some sort of weather sealing, because I think that would really help the ordinary filmmaker. There are times when you are going to be out in bad weather, and it's nice to get those shots. If you guys have any questions at all regarding this video, drop a comment down below. I do my best to get back to you. If you would like to get notifications of new videos as they come out, go ahead and punch that subscribe button. Then choose or click on that little bell icon and choose all to receive notifications. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video useful. We'll see you soon.